guys know, that's the culture that these teams that you once played on, as you got up to these, whatever it be, the juniors, the minor leagues of the ECHL, AHL, or NHL, and then even Stefan, when you're with the Halifax Mooseheads in the Memorial Cup, right? You guys, it takes a real team to get to those types of opportunities, we'll say.
Yeah, I mean, look, I got really blessed that I had, two of the best, arguably, junior hockey players in the world at that point, and PC was a big part of the team that ended up winning in Norfolk the Calder Cup. I think I don't remember what year it was. It might have been the same year I won, 2013, I think it was.
Yeah.
And
Well, then, what's his name? With Tampa Bay, he was your head coach, right?
Yeah, Cooper. Yeah,
John Cooper.
A lot of page of his book in my book right now. I kept a lot of his advice, and I mean, there's no two John Cooper, so you still gotta stay true to yourself. But there's a lot of things that I've seen him manage with so much calm, and the no panic for John Cooper was always in place. He doesn't panic. Anything happen, it's just, we're fine. We're gonna go through adversity, and honestly, like this, I was actually a guy that usually gets really like rattled fast, but Coop was like a guy that was like able to bring me down and control my emotion, and that was one thing that really flipped from my career. Is like, okay, I actually enjoy playing for that coach, so I have zero problem playing just 5 minutes for that guy because of the respect that he teach, because of all the knowledge and the wisdom that he brings. Like, you're just like, hey, it doesn't matter how much. So when a guy doesn't play as much minute as another guy on the team, I think it's the job of the coach to make that kid feel just as important as the other one, right?
I was just gonna say that as the same thing. I mean, I've been in teams where even being a skilled player, say top six, um, whatever it be, it just, you see some of the players that don't play as much, or even myself when I wasn't playing as much, they just don't seem to include you. Even being an injured player, you kind of feel really distant from the team. And
Exactly.
there are good teammates out there. I wouldn't say all teammates, but they are that like make you feel part of what's going on. So because you can feel very distant from the team.
alone.
Yeah, alone. And the leader, the head coach, and whether other coaches, having a culture like that everyone is part of this, no matter if you know, whether you're a checker or scorer, leadership guy, even honestly, even like some of the staff, I'm sure like it's important to have everyone pulling the same rope and feeling like, the purpose of what the mission of what that season was trying to get done.
Yeah, communicate, and just, you got to share the love. Everyone needs some love, and that's what I love about Fournier too, because he understands that assistant coach role. Where, like, he's not supposed to be the stiff guy, right? He's just a guy that just. But when time comes, he's actually like, he's gonna tighten up the screw and make sure that everyone's accountable. But every day he goes in the locker room and everyone's just happy to see Fern coming in, and that's just like, to me, I wish I had assistant coach in every team, that were like Fern, like that would have been the best, and especially when you're new on a team, if you don't feel included right away, it's tough for you to get your confidence, right? So, and then now you start looking like, hey, why I'm not confidence right now? Why not? Why? How can I find my? Well, like you said, you need some teammates around you that comes and share the love, and that's what we had in Norfolk. We had. I remember Cooper brought a paper on top of the pisser in Norfolk, and he just like stick it above like every like pisser, and every day you're just going to the bathroom and you see it. It's like the hockey magazine ranking for the season in the AHL. Norfolk Admiral dead last, and somehow he turned that team around and make it look like it was easy. But like, those guys that are making those sheets, they have a little bit of knowledge about hockey usually. Like they know what they're talking about, right? So like that was kind of a pretty incredible story that John came and decided, all right, we're gonna need that kind of guy. This guy's gonna have to go, and now we got to pick a new guy who is gonna need to fill a leader group, and his leader group was really what just made everyone connect and brought us to the final, and it was a walk in the park. That's just as crazy as it sounds. It was a walk in the park. I've never remember a season being that easy.
Was that the season you guys had consecutive wins?
Yeah.
What was the number?
28 before playoff. The playoff end our streak.
Oh,
yeah.
So in South Carolina, ECHL, I think I joined the team about 8 games in, maybe 6, but we won 24 in a row. I think we lost with like 6 games left or something like that. But that was Spencer Carberry, who was our head coach. He's from Victoria here, is now head coach of Washington Capitals, but same kind of run. And it wasn't, I mean, it's sure just what, I mean, even being.
Look, you just said it, like, if you do something special like that, it's not a fluke. That guy's now in Washington, and guess who he brought? He brought Mitch Love with him, right? As an assistant. Well, Mitch Love is like one of the best teammates I ever had. Like, he was like, when I got traded to Peoria from Manitoba on my 3rd season, they were already out of the playoff. And I was going to a dark place where everyone was just like, oh, is this done yet? Like, by the deadline, we were mathematically out of the playoff. Like, this is not good when it's supposed to be your contract year, right? So you see that side of the game, that dark side of the game, and then you get a boost next year, get cut from San Antonio on a tryout, end up picked up by Julian Brisebois on the waiver, send me to Norfolk because they lost Mitch Fritz in training camp in Tampa Bay. He got hurt. He was gone. He was out for like 3 or 4 months. So they're like, hey, we need an enforcer. PC, you want to take that role? Yes, please. Because if it wasn't that, I was going in Vegas in the coast. I was going in Vegas for the East Coast team. And I was like, no, that's not for me. I can't be going there. I was like, this is the end of me if I go. So that just show like how much like guys, like if you win 20 plus in a row, like someone's doing a job at some point. Like, so like you guys must have a crazy chemistry too.
Yeah. Yep. Just watching that team, we had a lot of pieces. We had lots of skill. We lost in the finals in that playoff. We lost in Game 7 to Allen, Stefan.
Yeah, you guys lost to Allen, eh? All right.
Yeah. 2015, I think that was.
And Costello could put up points, eh?
Yeah.
Was it the same coach that was there back?
Martinson, yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, yeah, great stories against Allen, me and Fournier. That's why I got picked. That's why I picked up Fournier, by the way. I made that trade in the East Coast. I took the phone because Allen went and picked up Doty, who was in the UK. I don't know if you know Doty. He's now
he's in Ontario now.
Ontario. They picked up Clark.
Yeah, and they wanted to bring in Dustin Penner, Weapon X, or whatever his name was. Alex Penner, sorry. Remember at Weapon X, the guy that would go like...
Yeah. Oh my God. They start signing all kind of tough guy, and I was like, man, that's not what I signed for. I just got my first child. Like, I decided to go in the coach just to play hockey and have fun. Like, and then I made that phone call and traded for Fournier. And when I reached Fournier, I was like, hey, Fournier, what you doing? He's like, hey, PC, how you doing? Not so good. Like, I was in Orlando, but I guess I just got traded to Wichita. And so I'm thinking about going back home and just call it. That's it. And I'm like, you crazy? I traded for you. I'm in Wichita. And he's like, all right. And that's how we really like kind of reconnect. And oh man, we had a blast.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Wow.
Yeah.